Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Kenneth Branagh. Sir Kenneth Charles Branagh is a Northern Irish actor, director, producer, and screenwriter originally from Belfast. Branagh trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, and in 2015 succeeded Richard Attenborough as its president. He has directed or starred in several film adaptations of William Shakespeare's plays including Henry V, Much Ado About Nothing, Othello, Hamlet, Love's Labour's Lost and As You Like It. Branagh has also starred in numerous other films and television series including Fortunes of War, Woody Allen's Celebrity, Wild Wild West, The Road to El Dorado, Conspiracy, Harry Potter, and The Chamber of Secrets, Warm Springs as Major General Henning von Tresckow in Valkyrie, The Boat That Rocked Wallander, My Week with Marilyn as Sir Laurence Olivier, and as Royal Navy Commander Bolton in the action thriller Dunkirk. He has directed such notable films as Dead Again, in which he also starred, Swan Song, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, in which he also starred, The Magic Flute Sleuth, the blockbuster superhero film Thor, the action thriller Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit, in which he also co-stars, and Cinderella. He also narrated the BBC documentary miniseries Walking with Dinosaurs, Walking with Beasts, and Walking with Monsters. Branagh has been nominated for 5 Academy Awards, 5 Golden Globes, and has won 3 BAFTAs and an Emmy. He was appointed a Knight Bachelor in the 2012 birthday honours, and was knighted on the 9th of November 2012. Early life. Branagh, the middle of 3 children, was born and raised in Belfast. The son of working-class Protestant parents Francis and William Branagh, a plumber and joiner who ran a company that specialised in fitting partitions and suspended ceilings. At the age of 9 he moved with his family to Reading, Berkshire, England to escape the Troubles. He was educated at Grove Primary School, White Knights Primary School, then Medway School, Tilehurst, where he appeared in school productions such as Toad of Toad Hall and Oh What a Lovely War. At school, he received pronunciation to avoid bullying. On his identity today he has said, "I feel Irish. I don't think you can take Belfast out of the boy," and he attributes his love of words to his Irish heritage. He is known to have attended the Reading Cine, and was a keen member of Progress Theatre, for whom he is now the patron. Branagh went on to train at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London. Theatre. Branagh achieved some early measure of success in his native Northern Ireland for his role as Billy, the title character in the BBC's play For Today trilogy known as the Billy Plays, written by Graham Reed and set in Belfast. He received acclaim in the UK for his stage performances, first winning the 1982 SWT Award for Best Newcomer for his role as Judd in Julian Mitchell's Another Country. Immediately after leaving RADA, Branagh was part of the new wave of actors to emerge from the Academy. Others included Jonathan Pryce, Juliet Stevenson, Alan Rickman, Anton Lesser, Bruce Payne and Fiona Shaw. In 1984 he appeared in the Royal Shakespeare Company production of Henry V, directed by Adrian Noble. The production played to full houses, especially at the Barbican in London. It was this production that he adapted for the film version of the play in 1989. He and David Parfitt founded the Renaissance Theatre Company in 1987 following success with several productions on the London Fringe, including Branagh's full-scale production of Romeo and Juliet at the Lyric Studio, co-starring with Samantha Bond. The first major Renaissance production was Branagh's Christmas 1987 staging of Twelfth Night at Riverside Studios in Hammersmith, starring Richard Briers as Malvolio and Francis Barber as Viola, and with an original score by actor, musician, and composer Patrick Doyle, who 2 years later was to compose the music for Branagh's film adaptation of Henry V. This Twelfth Night was later adapted for television. Branagh became a major presence in the media and on the British stage when Renaissance collaborated with Birmingham Rep. for a 1988 touring season of 3 Shakespeare plays under the umbrella title of Renaissance Shakespeare on the Road, which also played a repertory season at the Phoenix Theatre in London. It featured directorial debuts for Judi Dench with Much Ado About Nothing, Geraldine McEwen with As You Like It, and Derek Jacobi directing Branagh in the title role in Hamlet, with Sophie Thompson as Ophelia. Critic Milton Schulman of the London Evening Standard wrote, "On the positive side, Branagh has the vitality of Olivier, the passion of Gielgud, the assurance of Guinness, to mention but 3 famous actors who have essayed the role. On the negative side, he has not got the magnetism of Olivier, nor the mellifluous voice quality of Gielgud, nor the intelligence of Guinness." A year later, in 1989, Branagh co-starred with Emma Thompson in the Renaissance revival of Look Back in Anger. Judi Dench directed both the theatre and television productions, presented first in Belfast, then at the London Coliseum and Lyric Theatre. In 2002, Branagh starred at the Crucible Theatre, Sheffield as Richard III. In 2003, he starred in the Royal National Theatre's production of David Mamet's Edmund. Branagh directed the play What I Wrote in England in 2001, and directed a Broadway production in 2003. From September to November 2008, Branagh appeared at Wyndham's Theatre as the title character in the Donmar West End revival of Anton Chekhov's Ivanov, in a new version by Tom Stoppard. His performance was lauded as the Performance of the Year by several critics. It won him the Critics' Circle Theatre Award for Best Male Performance, but did not get him a Laurence Olivier Award nomination, to the surprise of critics. In July 2013, he co-directed Macbeth at Manchester International Festival with Rob Ashford. With Branagh in the title role, Alex Kingston played Lady Macbeth, and Ray Fearon featured as Macduff. The final performance of the completely sold-out run was broadcast to cinemas on the 20th of July as part of National Theatre Live. He repeated his performance and directorial duties opposite Ashford and Kingston when the production moved to New York City's Park Avenue Armory in June 2014. The production marked his New York stage debut. In April 2015, Branagh announced his formation of the Kenneth Branagh Theatre Company, in which he would appear as actor-manager. With the company, he announced he will present a season of 5 shows at London's Garrick Theatre from October 2015 to November 2016. The shows will be The Winter's Tale, a double bill of Harlequinade and All on Her Own, Red Velvet, The Painkiller, Romeo and Juliet, and The Entertainer. Branagh will direct all but The Entertainer, in which he will star. Branagh will also star in The Winter's Tale, Harlequinade and The Painkiller. Kenneth Branagh Theatre Company also includes Judi Dench, Zoe Wanamaker, Derek Jacobi, Lily James, and Richard Madden and Rob Brydon. Kenneth Branagh season. In September 2015 was announced that The Winter's Tale, Romeo and Juliet, and The Entertainer will be broadcast in cinemas in partnership with Picture House Entertainment. Film. Branagh is known for his film adaptations of William Shakespeare, beginning with Henry V, followed by Much Ado About Nothing, Hamlet, Love's Labour's Lost and As You Like It. As You Like It premiered in theaters in Europe but was sent directly to television in the US, where it aired on HBO in August 2007. He was rumored to have been under consideration for the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Notable non-Shakespeare films in which Branagh has appeared include Dead Again, and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, both of which he also directed, Wild Wild West, Rabbit-Proof Fence, and Valkyrie. He starred as Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. He also played the Minister Dormandy in the film The Boat That Rocked. Although he had a notable uncredited role as SS Sturmbannführer and not in director Thomas Carter's 1993 film Swing Kids. Between 1989 and 1996, Branagh mostly directed his own films, including Peter's Friends, with an outstanding cast including former schoolmates Emma Thompson, Hugh Laurie, Tony Slattery and Stephen Fry, as well as Imelda Staunton and Rita Rudner. But the commercial and critical failure of Love's Labour's Lost ended his directorial career for a time. In 2006, the same year that Branagh's film version of As You Like It was released, he also directed a film version of Mozart's opera The Magic Flute, which has yet to be released in the US, where it has not even been shown on cable television or released on a Region 1 DVD. Branagh has also directed the thriller Sleuth, a remake of the 1972 film. At a film promotion for Valkyrie in 2008, Branagh confirmed that he would be directing Thor, a film based on the Marvel superhero Thor. Branagh's return to big-budget directing was released on 6 May 2011. In 2011, Branagh portrayed Sir Laurence Olivier in My Week with Marilyn. Branagh directed Disney's live-action version of Cinderella. Branagh played a Royal Navy commander in Christopher Nolan's 2017 action thriller Dunkirk, based on the British military evacuation of the French city of Dunkirk in 1940. During World War II, the film also starred Tom Hardy, Mark Rylance, Cillian Murphy and Harry Styles. Branagh is to direct and star in a film adaptation of Agatha Christie's detective novel Murder on the Orient Express. Production began in London in November 2016 and will also star Judi Dench, Daisy Ridley, and Johnny Depp. Television. Branagh has also been involved in several made-for-TV films. Among his most acclaimed portrayals is that of U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt in the film Warm Springs, for which he received an Emmy Award nomination. Though the film received 16 Emmy nominations, winning 5, Branagh did not win the award for his portrayal. He did, though, receive an Emmy for his portrayal of SS leader Reinhard Heydrich in the TV film Conspiracy, a depiction of the Wannsee Conference where Nazi officials decided on the final solution. In 2002, Branagh starred in the two-part television movie Shackleton, a dramatization of the 1914 Imperial Transantarctic Expedition's battle for survival, for which he was nominated for a BAFTA award and an Emmy. In 1998, he narrated the 24-episode documentary series Cold War. Branagh also narrated the BBC documentaries Walking with Dinosaurs, World War I in Colour, Walking with Beasts and Walking with Monsters, and the BBC miniseries Great Composers. Branagh is the star of the English-language Wallander television series, adaptations of Henning Mankell's best-selling Wallander crime novels. Branagh plays the eponymous Inspector Kurt Wallander, and also serves as the executive producer of the series. The first series of 3 episodes were broadcast on BBC One in November and December 2008. Branagh won the award for Best Actor at the 35th Broadcasting Press Guild Television and Radio Awards. It was his first major television award win in the UK. He received his first BAFTA TV on 26 April 2009 for the British Academy Television Award for Best Drama Series. For his performance in the episode One Step Behind, he was nominated in the Outstanding Actor miniseries or movie category of the 61st Primetime Emmy Awards. The role also gained him a nomination for Best Actor at the 2009 Crime Thriller Awards. The second Wallander series of 3 episodes aired initially in January 2010 on the BBC, and the third season aired in July 2012. The fourth and final series was shot from October 2014 to January 2015 and premiered on German TV, dubbed into German in December 2015. It aired in the UK with its original English soundtrack in May and June 2016. Radio. Branagh has also played the title role in BBC radio broadcasts of Hamlet and Cyrano de Bergerac, and the role of Edmund in King Lear. Other work. Branagh has narrated several audiobooks such as The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. Branagh participated in the 2012 Summer Olympics opening ceremony portraying Isambard Kingdom Brunel during the Industrial Revolution segment, Pandemonium, giving the speech from The Tempest originally read by the character Caliban. Personal life. From 1989 to 1995, Branagh was married to actress Emma Thompson. They appeared together in Fortunes of War, Look Back in Anger, Henry V, Much Ado About Nothing, Dead Again, and Peter's Friends. More recently, they both appeared in The Boat That Rocked, though with no shared scenes, during their marriage and while directing and co-starring with Helena Bonham Carter in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. He began an affair with her. After Thompson divorced him, he and Bonham Carter were in a well-publicized relationship for several years. In 2003, he married film art director Lindsay Brunnock, whom he met during the shooting of Shackleton. He is a fan of English football club Tottenham Hotspur and Scottish football club Rangers. Honours. Branagh has been nominated for 5 Academy Awards, the first man to be nominated for 5 different categories. His first 2 nominations were for Henry V. He also received similar BAFTA Award nominations for his film work, winning one for his direction. His first BAFTA TV award came in April 2009 for Best Drama Series. Branagh's 2 other Academy Award nominations were for the 1992 film short subject, Swan Song, and for his work on the screenplay of Hamlet in 1996. His most recent is for his portrayal of Lord Laurence Olivier in My Week with Marilyn. He is honorary president of NICVA. He received an honorary doctorate in literature from Queen's University of Belfast in 1990. He is also a patron for the charity Over the Wall. Branagh was the youngest actor to receive the Golden Quill in 2000. In 2001, he was appointed an honorary Doctor of Literature at the Shakespeare Institute of the University of Birmingham. The Shakespeare Institute Library keeps the archive of his Renaissance Theatre Company and Renaissance films. Alongside Roberto Benigni, he is one of only 2 non-American actors to be nominated for Oscars for acting, writing and directing, and one of 8 actors to have achieved this honor. The other 6 are Orson Welles, Woody Allen, Warren Beatty, George Clooney, John Huston and John Cassavetes. On 10 July 2009, Branagh was presented with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Roma Fiction Fest. He was appointed a Knight Bachelor in the 2012 Birthday Honours for services to drama and to the community in Northern Ireland. He received the accolade at Buckingham Palace on 9 November 2012. Afterwards, Branagh told a BBC reporter that he was humble, elated and incredibly lucky to be knighted. In October 2015, it was announced that Branagh would be the new president of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, succeeding the late Lord Attenborough as the president of RADA, and one of the highest-profile actors and filmmakers in contemporary British popular culture. Branagh appeared on Debrett's 2017 list of the most influential people in the UK. Collaborations. Branagh has frequently collaborated with certain actors on multiple films, most notably Brian Blessed, Patrick Doyle, Derek Jacobi, Jimmy Yule, Emma Thompson, and the late Richard Briers. Although Doyle has composed music for many of Branagh's films, he is listed in the above table for his appearances as an actor. 2. Although Yule has also composed music for multiple Branagh films, he is listed in the above table for his appearances as an actor. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Would you like to know more?